journey of announcing Joseph. If God wants to announce you, he won't announce you in a familiar environment. He will announce you from an unfamiliar terrain, a place where there is no father, no mother, no uncle. God will give an announcement to you. And so when Joseph, they were coming, they now added, let's sell him and make money from his head. The profit has started coming. Without a price, there is no price. Listen to me. A time is coming in your life that people will pay for your service. Because as a slave, they didn't know it was the next phase of paying for his value. Listen to me. God will add value to your life even in your slavery. God will add value to your life even when people reject you. For the first time, they make money over his head. They were too poor that they could see a man's gift and they make money from that man. And when they paid him, he had no international passport to Egypt. He had no immigration pass. He had no flight to enter plane. The higher means of transport then was a camel. He had no money to pay camel. But because they sold him out, the man who bought him paid his flight camel back for him. He had no clothes to wear. They put tapas around him. Oh, they fly him. He was looking at them. To him, it was rejection. To him, things were bad. Listen to me. Sometimes God must take people you trust to deal with you so that you can look up to Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith. They tore his clothes, and you know one thing they did? They stained it with blood, fact and evidence. I caught him in the very act. Does not mean it's the truth. It's not the truth. When they stain his clothes, his garment with blood, I call it corruption of testimony. Telling wrong story in town about him, spreading wrong image. People that could have helped you refuse to help you. But the God that gave you a dream will watch over his word as a faithful God. Will watch over his word. You may have come to a place called a breaking point, but he will watch over his word. He cannot allow that dream to die. And why is it that when they went to the market to sell Joseph, the day that Potiphar could have sent his servant to buy more slaves, he decided to come to the market himself? God always brings people that carry what you need. Not any kind. That day the king came to the market. Potiphar, the priest of Omber, came to the market. He looked around and saw Joseph. There is something upon your forehead. You can tear my garment, but you can't tear my glory. You can tear my garment, you can't tear my prophecy. You can tear my garment, you can't tear the promises of God for me. Can I talk to somebody here? And the Bible says that when he saw him, he picked him and took him home. The brethren have condemned his garment, tell lies that animal ate him, so that the father can lose faith in him. Since they tear his garment, his master gave him a new garment. If clothes is the problem, because before now the father prophesied by giving coat of many colors. It wasn't a color blocking. It was different coat in the wardrobe. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It was, you can come on Monday, pick a different coat. It was coat of many colors. What the father was trying to say, even though take this other coat, there is a reserved coat in glory. When the brethren took the coat, his master gave him another coat of prophecy, and he wore it. Attack came again. It was time for him to move from that level. Potiphar's wife look at it, see fine legs, see fine bobo. It's not every testimony you hear in church that you must believe. It's not every young man that drives Jeep now and drives out. When I was here, some of them, they have compromised to drive. Don't tell me your glory. Tell me your story behind the glory. Joseph could have still slept with him and remained at that level, because he wouldn't have gone beyond that level. But one thing, he trusted the faithful God and said, my master have given me charge of everything. But one thing, I know my boundaries. I can't do the great evil against my master. And most of all, I can't sin against God. Your promotion does not come by the accolade of man, but by the testimony of your closet. Your activities in the secret place where there is no environmental Christianity is your promotion letter. There are many who can compromise in secret and pretend outward. You have failed exam. Immediately did that, the woman raised an alarm. They came after the same garment again. Why my clothes? Why my reputation? Why my garment? But the faithful God was watching over his word. Faithful then. What are you going through? What are you going through? Some people say, I cannot come to church again. I don't have transport. My friend, trek. God sees your faithfulness by your trekking. People who request for transport all the time don't really love God.